Welcome back to the premiere Grim Dark Starfinder podcast, where we break your heart every 5 episodes.
That's right.
Yeah, I guess. What's up, guys?
Yo.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, it was kind of a sad one last week.
Why? What happened?
I don't know.
Why
don't you tell him, Josh? I kind of tuned out.
I don't think I was there for that.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Oof.
All around me are familiar.
Darkness, my old friend.
Well, in order to kind of maybe get back to our roots and assuage some of this grim darkness, we're often too recognized for our love and passion for Starfinder. A lot of times people say, like, if you want to hear people who enjoy Starfinder play Starfinder,
That's something.
check
That'd be
us and
something,
check us
wouldn't it?
The damnedest thing.
Here's the thing: you get 120 or 140 episodes in, and that maybe calls into question. But no, I enjoy Starfinder. We play a lot of it, and I just wanted to kind of remind you guys that we're having fun, and this is fun. And
You guys are trying to remind us. Are you sure that it's true?
you must now have mandatory fun.
did you sign up for the fun webinar that I sent to all of your emails?
I did.
No,
I'm going to
no.
have to reschedule. No.
Oh, it's on demand. You
Oh,
can
cool,
watch
cool,
it
cool,
at-
cool, cool,
at
cool,
your-
Good old
cool.
fundatory
leisure.
activities.
Yeah.
You've been voluntold for this.
Voluntold, that's the one. I
that's a
do
good one.
enjoy it. I really like this. The whole
I mean,
game thing.
We play a lot of it. You know what I mean?
I reckon we like it.
Yeah.
Is it that, or is it sunk cost at this point?
Look, okay. Look,
We're in
look
too
on
deep.
me.
We're in too
Look
deep.
on me,
Somebody
okay?
didn't watch the webinar. You were too busy learning important life skills, Josh, in your class there that you're taking.
Real world shenanigans. What even is that?
What
Electricity.
even is it? Electricity.
You know what I found out about electricity?
What's that?
It's freaking magic.
It is.
Pretty much, yeah.
If you don't know
magical.
that, it can be pretty shocking.
Oh,
Ah,
I was waiting for the pun.
All right, we'll
It's
see
just
you.
like so. His face is just like, I'm not even. Nope. Nope.
I love that Heath has decided that he's too cool for our banter these days.
Oh,
Heath,
dude, that's-
I'm sorry to say, you're not too cool for this corny ass banter, bro.
No,
you just
you're
think
not.
you are, but you're not.
You're not nearly as cool as your silence indicates.
Sometimes you just have to will it into existence.
You telling me I'm not cool has no bearing on how cool I actually am.
I mean,
Facts.
It's just the
That's-
bad puns, and to be fair, I've like shit on the bad puns like out the gate, like since
Out
the
the
beginning.
Day one. Puns are bad. Well, apart from bad puns, to get back to your original statement.
back
Yeah,
to the
yeah, Adam.
current topic.
Electrical current.
puns are so much better when you explain them too.
Yeah.
It really
comedy
elevates
is.
Explain it
them.
this time, at least.
Yeah. Say, just making sure that you understood what I said was a pun.
Yeah.
Here's why. That's the hallmark of good comedy right there.
Yeah, why are we repeating it?
Subtlety. Who needs it?
I tell you. I like Starfinder.
You know what I like about Starfinder the most?
Thank you, Zach. What do you like about Starfinder?
Trying to
the
help
most?
you out here, Adam.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
The setting. The setting is the best. I like a science fantasy setting. I'm not
Yeah.
apologetic about it in the slightest. It's better than a pure fantasy or pure sci-fi setting because shit, this is all make-believe anyway. So why can we not have magic and spaceships? What's the fucking problem? Let's go. And Starfinder gives you that in spades, and so I love it.
Well, that's a good response to the question that I asked Zach, and I appreciate it. I I would give you an inspiration for that, but it's really not inspiration worthy. So
Okay.
I'm not. But I am very appreciative of your engagement with this topic.
Glad I could help. Glad I could help.
So, in addition to that, I would have to say the races, just the absolute, just cornucopia of races. If you want 4 arms, there's races for that, multiple. If you want 4 legs, well, there's races for that too.
If you want no legs, no arms,
yeah, exactly. I mean,
Floating brain.
yeah, exactly.
you want to be a nose on
You can be a contemplative. You can be a bastard. You know,
Ooh, we can do.
or bantrid. Bantrid. Yeah.
Bantrid.
A bastard. That's just a particularly unpleasant bantrid.
If for whatever reason you want to be a cuttlefish inside of a water bubble, we got you.
We got you, fam.
Got
Yeah.
Like
you.
for real.
Can do. How come none of y'all have ever played one of those?
Obvious reasons. I don't think that even needs to be explained. I mean, really, like, come on.
If you kill Roland, I'm coming back as that.
Okay.
Just-
Good
You're
luck.
coming back as a
There's a
bantrid.
bantrid.
No, not as a bantrid, as the whatever the
I
species.
always forget
of
what it
half-red
is. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, cuttlefish.
Yeah, we know the system so well.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, there's 100 races,
Yeah,
okay?
there's upwards of 100 races.
Stellifera.
Stellifera. That's
Stellifera.
it.
There it is. That's it.
Stellifera.
Yeah.
We
That
are
one too.
subject
No,
matter
no.
experts.
We are.
Stlifra.
We are. Trust
Still
us.
live
On every ruling that we make is 100% accurate.
On the money.
We
All
never
the time.
fuck
The
up.
first time.
Yeah,
Because
we've
we're
never had to
professionals.
fix things that
Consummate
we've misdone.
professionals.
Yeah, totally. Totally. I think that we should probably stop now while we're at the peak of our game.
Yeah.
Honestly, we should just.
We should have stopped a long time ago.
Yeah.
No,
Put a
no.
gun to it. All right. It's all downhill from here. All right.
We should have just ended it after season 1. Everything was like
ended
nice
off
and
on a
happy
high note
then,
ball we
you
sell
know?
out. You know.
One and done.
No,
Sell out. Yeah, we did try to sell out to a couple car companies earlier this season.
Oh, we
so-
tried to. I think we also did some nudes with noodles for a hot second. We're trying to get
What?
Mike to do some nudes with noodles. Do y'all don't remember that?
vaguely.
Is that a fanfic?
Hey, guys,
It
look,
might
I'll tell
be.
you
Don't
what,
worry
though.
about it.
We have outlived Chutneys and Jams Corporation.
Oh,
so
by
there's
far. By far.
we outlived them.
Definitely.
Now, if I
Yeah.
had to say there's one thing about this game system that I like is just it's similar to what both Zach and John have said already, is just the sheer scale of it all, the scope of it. It's just huge. It's massive. Like it's not one tiny little planet with its own little set of rules and stuff. It's a galaxy. You know?
Multiple galaxies.
Multiple
even.
galaxies, multiple planes of existence of galaxies. Like it's absurdly large. And
It is.
Like you could do pretty much anything that you would want to do in this game system. If you wanted to have a purely medieval fantasy type thing, you could do that by incorporating some items and stuff from Pathfinder.
Oh, adding on to that, I mean, if you don't like what they offer already in the rule books, guess what? You've got the little deck of many worlds, you know? So you can
That
make
too.
your own damn
Yeah.
world, you know?
Make your own damn world.
And
What would you guys say? What would you guys say to somebody who's like, I want to get into Starfinder, but the book's like, 400 pages, and
well,
it
then
seems
why
too
are you
complicated.
why are you playing a TTRPG at all?
Yeah, exactly,
Well,
dude. I mean, what's stopping you? I mean, what's the difference between that
Shots
and
fired.
D&D's,
Pew, pew.
you know?
Well, you can say, hey, it's one book instead of like 3.
Exactly. And also, like,
But it's
are
not
you-
though. It's not. It's like multiple
For the
books.
core,
For the
base
core, if you're
core
just
starter
wanting to
kit.
play, you don't have to have, like, the.
Yeah, you don't have to
Dungeon
have
Master's
character
Guide and
operations
the-
manual.
Yeah.
You don't have to
Player's
have the
manual
stuff.
and the-
Yeah.
bestiary and
They enrich the experience so much.
If I cared about and respected that person, I would tell them to get more than the core rulebook. though.
Absolutely.
To get the most out of it,
What would you guys say are like the top 3 books that you would need to start off with this game?
Obviously, the core rule books, character operations manual, and Near Space, personally.
Is this a player or is this a GM?
No, player.
Player? Yeah.
I'd say-
Maybe the armory, but not really. That's still
You don't
kind of
need the armory.
Yeah,
No,
you
you
don't
would
need
say-
it.
Core rulebook, character operations manual, right?
Uh-huh.
And then, depending on which class you take, either get the Tech Revolution or get the upcoming galactic magic.
True.
that's-
True.
yeah.
Absolutely. Depending on what class you want. Yeah.
Yep. But you don't need anything beyond the core rulebook
Yeah.
to play,
Right.
you know, and because, you know, there's sites like Archives of Nethys out there that has all that extra stuff too, you know, like the thing is access to the content is not limited,
Yeah.
you know, so like you can get all these different options without having to buy the books. The books are very colorful and fun to read and have or whatever. But, I would say that the thing about this game for us, I think about us when we first started it, and we were kind of hesitant because of the level of crunchiness in there, you know, and we're like, oh, that's going to get in the way of our storytelling and our fun. I think, you know, you guys may disagree with me, but I think that we've come to find that the rules have actually helped make the game feel more alive. And and that there's more stakes, and that we can do the things that we think of doing without being uncertain of how that's supposed to rule out in the moment. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, if you look for something to do, you can find. Now, you may find that you cannot do it with the character that you have, and that's often the case. But there may be a way to do it, but you have to do it at level 15, or you may have to have completely built an entirely new character in order to do the thing that you want to do with that thing in mind, so that you could have started taking the 4 feats you got to go through in order to get that thing.
Right.
But
well, speaking of building entirely new characters, we have an entirely new party makeup. How you like that transition? I had to snag it right.
That's pretty solid.
So it's all right. It was a clean 48 out of 55.
So we have a very different party makeup if we're just talking mechanically here. We've got 2 soldiers. We've got a Solarian. We've got an operative, and we've got a witch warper. Now, this is not
don't have a
min-maxed. This is not your min-maxed party. You know, what do you guys think about this before we get really started into book 3 and all that? Like, what do y'all think about your new makeup?
we don't have a
gonna die.
healer. We don't have a
We're
healer.
fine. Y'all, we're like level 10
nah.
or whatever. Like, we're basically deities. Come at me, Adam. Please don't. I'm kidding. It was a joke.
You're in the biggest,
I know.
most precarious position of this party for sure.
Shaken 4 days.
4 days.
No, that's good, but
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think what's going to change here is the tempo of the combats, and we're going to see you guys just burning down. Like, that's going to be the thing, right? It's like y'all got to burn down the enemies quickly.
Yeah, well,
not miss.
without a healer, like the strategy has to be like Zerg, but Zerg carefully, you know?
For those that don't know the term Zerg, would you care to explain, Heath?
Yes, please.
Is that
It's StarCraft.
It's StarCraft,
It's an
right?
alien
Yeah.
race in
It's a ga-
StarCraft.
which is a game I didn't even play, but all my friends did. So I picked up the parlance.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by Zerg?
Rush, like everyone, like all of the party has to rush and focus down the enemies as quickly as they can to prevent, you know, in
Slaughter.
our terms, prevent us from getting targeted and killed.
Push hard,
Rush
push
through
fast, 'cause you're
overwhelming
kinda squishy.
forces. Yeah.
Right.
So that's how I play most RPGs, be they TT or otherwise. I didn't realize that was a strategy. Cool.
Cool.
It's the best defense is a good offense, is what
I see.
I like
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Zerging comes down to.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I like it.
Walk swiftly and carry a big ass stick.
Walk softly.
Nah, man. It's cool. Just speak on Adam.
Speak softly. Speak
Nah,
softly.
we're going to strut through this bitch,
Speak
you know?
softly.
Well, let's get into it. Let's see where it is. You guys left the temple at the end of last episode, and you're heading back to where the Enclave has relocated in a place called the Gloaming, which is a part of Kuvikara, or Shadow Kuvikara. I think at this point, Shadow is implied on everything. So
No, we got to say it all out.
Right. So I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to talk to each other in character on this, on the boat ride back. You know, a lot of things kind of happened very quickly, and now you're kind of forced in this 2-day trip that's going to take you back to Kuvakara. Is there anything that you guys would want to say to each other? Is, kind of getting to know each other a little bit type of situation here. So I'm going to turn it over to you and see what y'all are feeling,
Isn't the Gloaming a Radiohead song?
It is one of my favorites.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know that's not what you asked for, but I couldn't.
No, give
past
it to me. Give it to me. I will never begrudge a Radiohead reference.
Well, I mean, it made me I was like, is that what it's actually called, or did Adam just make this the Gloaming?
Oh, no, but when I read it, I was like, somebody's a Radiohead fan.
Yeah,
Right.
totally.
Yeah.
Somebody at Paizo is Radiohead fan. Multiple people at Paizo are probably Radiohead.
Probably.
I'm sure
yeah.
probably most of them, but I don't know that. I can't see that. But anyways, you guys are in this boat. I will say that for Mike and Kuiper, who are not accustomed to the shadow plane, the first thing you notice is, it's frigid to y'all. It is cold. And like the shadows seem longer, and it's almost disorienting. The melancholy that seems to permeate the air and the atmosphere. For Tenna, Gloombot, and Trelax, this is
It's
they've
home.
known this whole life. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But for y'all, it's even the moonlight seems muted by shadow. So you're on a boat.
We were just taking it all in. I was just
Yeah.
thinking like the inverse of that. Like if the shadow party found themselves trapped in the regular world, it's like, God, why is it so bright and cheery here? Everything's so pleasant. I hate it.
Get a migraine immediately. So I feel like just in general, we would have tried to fill in as many gaps as possible with like kind of our story, what's happened with us, explain exactly where we're going, to the Enclave, who these people are, why we need their help. Let me see here.
I mean, yeah. Can we just assume
Fast track
that we?
that part. Yeah.
Because that's a lot to RP.
Sure,
just
sure.
to
Right,
get our
right.
characters up to speed with what our players know.
Of
Okay.
course. Yeah.
Right.
But specific wise, I know one thing Tenna would do, kind of like she would with Gloombot and Trelax, she would kind of try and catch them by themselves. And
On the boat.
On the boat, like just kind of a corner, or maybe when Mike or whatever is taking a nap, Kuiper's having a cat nap.
You
whatever.
think Mike will take a nap on this thing?
No,
Mike is
not
a fish
taking
out of
days.
water, dude.
Eventually he goes to sleep. Shit. At any point, she would just whisper if need be, something happened when we were in the temple, and I feel different.
How so?
And so, question. I'm having a moment. When did she receive the corruption? Was that when she was transmorphosized into the rabbit?
No, when she was holding Mordrin's hand when he got the big blast of it.
Okay. Correct. Okay. So yeah. When we were separated, Mordrin stepped into a circle that was similar to the one I was trapped in. But it was different. It was a tidal wave of energy that changed him. And because I was close, it changed me some too. It is this a shadow almost. I can feel it inside. A different and she would just kind of explain some of just the general feelings that she kind of has that are different from her normal.
Here's what I'm going to do. Because the boat is small, I'm going to give both Mike and Kuiper a perception roll to see if they overhear you talking about this shadowy feeling that you have.
Okay.
It's unlikely that Mike will hear you because his perception is such shite, but maybe he will.
Let's go Kuiper!
Yeah.
27.
All right, so roll a stealth, I guess.
All right.
Not you,
10.
Emily.
Disregard that.
Yeah.
It's a 14.
All right, so yeah, Kuiper, you do overhear a little bit of her conversation talking about getting kind of seeing some of the shadow corruption, and you can kind of put two and two together that you kind of know what this might be, you know? I mean, you know, you can chew on it, keep quiet on it, just saying you are aware that she's talking
He's
about
kind of in his whole info gathering stage, you know, right now. So I just imagine him kind of pitched in the back, just kind of sitting there, just kind of sharpening his knife, you know?
Okay.
And just listening.
Did Mike actually hear? I don't know if you rolled a...
Yeah, he beat you too. So yeah, he heard as well.
My question is, would we not know what shadow corruption is?
Okay, so because that this is coming specifically from Dr. Gagant, right? The Shadow Queen. You guys have certainly encountered it before in the sense that you saw the Enclave get overwhelmed with it, you know. But
Seeing and experiencing.
But like she was explaining that she has some of it has been transferred in her, like she's feeling it in her, which is new to the party, to the shadow characters. And shadow corruption, at least this specific version of it, is specific to Dr. Gagant, you know, or the Shadow Queen.
Yeah, I guess I just don't. I guess I just don't really know.
Like this shadow corruption is not like something that like shadow plane inhabitants have to always be on the lookout for.
It's not shadow flu. It's different.
Well, I'll just say for Trelix's part, he really doesn't really know what to make of it. You know, I think maybe if anything, he would suggest that we ask Vela about it when we get back to the Enclave. But Trelix would say, "But do let me know if anything changes or if it gets worse."
Is Gloombot here for this conversation?
Yeah, I mean, she would have been talking to both of y'all, kind of.
Okay.
Little huddle.
Gloombot just stares at you, like eerily still, and then just shrugs his shoulders.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's still
Thank you for your
shaking
input, T.
Yeah.
Ever insightful.
Okay, I mean, you know, as I said, we can fast forward to the gloaming. It's just, you know, 2 days with strangers. I didn't want to deprive you guys of any potential role-playing things that you wanted to do. Go ahead.
See, basically, the whole reason why, I guess just to provide a little bit more context as to why Kuiper isn't, is right now is that basically if this other party is just giving away information freely, it would make no sense why to go ahead and start, you know, showing that he's actually listening to what they're saying, you know, rather listen to what the information they give freely, thinking that they're not being listened to. You see what I'm saying? So that's where Kuiper's mind is at right now. It's just kind of like, what information can he get before he has to flex, you know?
Okay,
Right.
so let me understand that you guys are being 100% forthcoming with each other about everything that's happened to you. Taking these 2 days to tell your entire story as the Shadow Party,
Right?
And for Mike and Kuiper to tell their entire story to the Shadow. You know,
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're sharing shadow corruption information.
Yeah.
Are you?
That's what my question is.
Well, I was going to say, to go back to the conversation that Gloombot shrugged at shortly afterwards, and John saying this kind of piqued my interest. Why don't we talk to them about it then? You say they're the friends of the Herald. Would they not know?
They don't seem very friendly, D.
Well, I didn't say they were my friend.
Well, could I do like maybe a sense motive to see which of the two newbies might be more amenable to approach? You know, just like on this first conversation. Say this is day one. You know.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what I guess what I'm trying to figure out is like we don't need to spend the time, explaining all the details. But I do think that there is some space here for some like interpersonal stuff. You know what I mean? I would think that just on a sense motive aside, just on a physical looking from the two, I mean, Mike looks scary as fuck. You know, he's corrupted with the intimidation and corruption, and he's like got scars pulling back his razor sharp teeth. He's a giant fucking Vesk, you know, like he doesn't look,
It's so inviting.
I'm on
it's not affable.
The bigger side of medium sized.
Yeah, and then whereas Kuiper is like quiet, but definitely on the more like cool, collected side of it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and I mean, the thing is, over the course of 2 days, like, we're having to, like, eat and stuff, you know? Like, I just don't think it's realistic that Mike would be just, like, flexing, trying to intimidate you guys for an entire 2 days, you know? Like, he may not be coming up to you trying to, like, make small talk, but I do think he would be, you know, trying to get a better handle on like the details of everything leading up to this, and wouldn't have a problem with like coming to you and like asking very directly, like, okay, go over this again for me. You know, like tell me everything. Now it's on you guys if you are sharing all the details of that, including that your plan was to kidnap Ziva, you know, which may not have the best response. But, you know, I mean, like, he's willing, at Mike at least. Now, Kuiper, obviously, steely, silent espionage man. But, you know, Mike is...
cat of mystery.
as scary as he looks, like, Mike, once you get to know him for even, you know, a couple hours, is a pretty, you know, easy to talk to guy. Now, he's probably really wound up and tense. And, like, I think, for me, where I'm thinking with Mike is he's just, like, laser focused on like, we need to get to them. I don't know all this magic-y stuff. I need to find out what is the most direct path to get to my friends and to rescue them in the quickest amount of time possible, holding out hope that maybe we can go back and rescue Fel. Because I think his biggest thing right now is he cannot accept that there's no way to get back to Fel in time to save him, you know? And won't accept that. Even if it's a lost cause, and even if he deep down might know, hey, this might take way longer than that and he'll fucking starve to death, it's still not acceptable, you know?
Heath, I will give you an inspiration for that, because that's what I'm trying to get at is like, what is y'all's mindset on this boat ride? Like, we don't necessarily have to have the full conversation about everything that's happened, but like, it's not just like, okay, we told everybody everything and we're all cool now. Like this,
right. I mean, I don't like that anyways.
Yeah. So go ahead and take an inspiration.
Thank you.
What we're going to do here is I want you to roll a d6 first. And if you roll a 1 or a 6, you will get a personal.
I rolled a 3.
Okay, 3. So this is going to be a general. We have to do this a little different because we've moved to Foundry. And
indeed, we have.
Yeah, and so it's just different. So I'm going to be reading the inspirations again until I can maybe figure out a way how to put a deck of cards in there or whatever. But so we're going to start here. This one is from Sir Newt, and so you can add another inspiration to your inventory.
Okay.
And Sir Newt says, "Psst, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You're my favorite."
Oh, hell yeah.
Rude.
Rude. Jealous.
All right, thank you, Sir Newt. And again, if you're made it this far and don't know that you could submit inspirations at the, what tier is it? Is it the $5 tier?
That sounds right.
Yes, at the $5 tier. If you're at that tier and you haven't submitted inspirations yet, please do. We want to fill this up. But there you go, Heath. That's for you.
Thank you, sir.
So yeah, like you are focused on getting your friends back and willing to answer any questions that the Shadow Party might have. Have you basically said, all right, my choice here is to put stock in the Shadow Party because I don't know shit about where I'm at?
Yeah, well, sorry to cut you off, but
No.
yeah, like hesitantly, like he's willing to cooperate and like divulge as much as he can, which I think on our end, I don't feel like we have really any secrets worthy of keeping from them because we don't know. We know so little about them, like what could even be a secret that they would get out of us to use against us, like Mike doesn't give a shit about all that. Like if these people can get him to his friends, that's all he cares about, But I will say, like, over the course of that, a couple of days is a long time. Like, once he can get all that information and stuff, he'd also be curious, him and Treylax kind of started off with some tension, but he'd probably try to, like, briefly talk to him and, like, get a better read on him and maybe ask about his weapons, stuff like that.
So why don't you do that?
Okay. Well, I mean, I was trying, I didn't know if you were kind of resolving some more of the, like, what information is being processed, I guess.
I will say that if Mike is like eyeing Treylax, trying to figure out how to approach him, Treylax would I think he's driving the boat right now. I don't know who's driving the boat, if not Treylax.
D probably
would
be.
I think it's Gloombot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Treylax look across at Mike from the boat and say, "You there, Vesk? How are you finding the weather?" With kind of a grin on his face, because he knows he's not from the Shadow Plane.
Right. Say, I don't know. This place is weird. It's, I don't know. I've been to a lot of places, mate. Like, I'm not really particularly concerned about the weather. I'm concerned about my friends and trying to get them out of this whatever wizard's rune drive prison. And he like kind of chuckles at how stupid that sounds and like the absurdity of the situation
wait a minute.
he finds himself in, or how stupid it sounds to him,
No, okay.
because it's also kind of beyond him.
Right.
But yeah, he's like, so, this is a strange place, mate. But I'm just concerned for my friends.
Naturally, yes, of course. I understand. We will do what we can for them. We must do what we can for our people as well.
Right.
And for now, it seems our goals are aligned.
So I have questions for Mike and Kuiper to some degree.
Yeah.
As the Shadow Party has explained to them who Ziva is to them, right? So now you have this information that they were seeking Ziva because she was supposed to be this herald that was supposed to protect them. Although I wonder if they even believe that anymore at this point.
That would be the question.
But
exactly.
like,
yeah.
how is that contextualizing Ziva for you at this point?
I mean, I feel like to Mike it just sounds like a bunch of bullshit. Like he's probably a little what hesitancy may have gotten over in a day or so of getting to know him. Once he remembers that fact that they like had at least this in his mind like almost religious fanatical reverence for like his friend who he's like been a roommate with and probably heard fart. Right.
No, you've never heard Ziva fart, dude. Come on, man. Get out of here.
maybe not quite there. But we've had to be around each other a lot, She would have a silent fart augmentation for sure.
Classiest augmentation.
But that to say, like he's been around her so much and like views her as just like a regular person, a very sort of eccentric sometimes person, but like he knows her so well, it's hard for him to even kind of get with the thought process of like, oh, she's some like herald to a deity and all this. It's like, nah, she's Madame Ziva. Like she runs a pleasure house. Like she's,
Yeah, so you don't believe that
he doesn't
she
put
is
any stock in it, but I will say over the course of our corruptions and the things that have gone on in Signal of Screams, it probably deep down just a smidge gives him pause, like, I don't know, maybe there is something special about her, you know? In a kind of terrifying way.
Oh.
I mean, Kuiper, when you were in the Shadow Lab with Dr. Gregant and Ziva was over you, you actually saw Tenna come in.
I did.
You know? And how does that?
So,
what is that
just
for you?
to before I answered that, just to contextualize for Kuiper, his first encounter with Ziva was not her growth into a captain, but seeing her being decisive as a captain, and for the events that unfolded afterwards. With where it turns into like a betrayal for the Shadow Party, for the Shadow Twins and Gloombot. For him, he doesn't put any stock either into Ziva being a herald. He sees this more as a means to an end for somebody that was far more cunning. And that this, for this, yeah, sure, I'm not going to bash on their culture or anything like that, but yeah, he does see that as like, yeah, often in times whenever there is a group of people that are in strife, they may reach out towards somebody else, somebody that's unfamiliar, to lift them up out of their strife. And so that's kind of how he's seeing this whole thing play out with Ziva being this herald. You know?
Right. So, like, it begs the question for me, if we're kind of coming to an accord and, like, sharing at least most of what we know, that includes that, like, the twins got played, you know?
Right.
Like, they were manipulated by Mordrin. So, I think that plays into Mike not taking their, at least, belief in Ziva and all the religious Zon-Cthulhu thing very seriously, because, like, he probably views you as, like, you know, people whose fanaticism allowed them to be manipulated, you know?
Right. I think it is time for Kuiper to divulge him seeing Tenna to Mike whenever at the Shadow Lab portion, because whenever he first strode up to Tenna following the events of crossing the portal into the Shadow Plane, I imagine that he didn't first think about it. He didn't put two and two together that she was the one that was in that lab that stormed into that lab.
She said it.
Right, she did. She did. And it was only after the fact, it's like, wait a second, yeah, she was that person, you know? And for him, I think he would, go ahead and kind of quietly divulge that over to Mike at some point during this trip. And so I imagine probably when he feels that the twins are distracted and Gloombot is piloting the boat, he's probably just gonna surreptitiously just try to pull Mike off to the side and just let him know, like, this woman, this Dinaval, she was over at the lab. Did you know this? She knows this.
I don't know if Mike saw Tenna or not because he was the first one out of there.
No,
right?
Tenna, you were gone before Tenna got there.
Right, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Because
He
in
disappeared,
in the like lab scene or whatever, Mike just immediately attacked and got poofed out. You know? Like,
So here's the important information from that, just to maybe take note of, is that Tenna was pulled into a nightmare pocket that you guys were pulled into as well, obviously through connection to Ziva. Now, what the greater meaning of that is and all that, uncertain, but it is something that at least maybe gives weight to the fact that you guys have a common ground, at least. And I think
I want to kind of get to that, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
At some point during those 2 days, like, obviously, as Heath has said, Mike he doesn't necessarily trust, or he's apprehensive towards the twins because they were going to, in his eyes, kidnap Ziva, right? So I think at some point Trelax is gonna pick up on this sort of vibe and ask Mike, or tell him, say, Mike, you strike me as a protector of sorts. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I reckon I would.
Yes, well, I and my sister were tasked with something very similar. The protection of our people. You understand this, yes?
I follow.
When the Eclipsed invaded the Enclave, we watched many people that we loved and cared about die, fall victim to this malady, this affliction. So, I would hope that you'd understand why we felt so strongly about seeking out your herald, because we were told that she would be the one to deliver our people. Have you ever lost people that you care about, Mike?
Well, I lost my friend Zeno, but the strange bit of good news that came from you folks is that maybe I didn't. But yeah, I mean, look, I can understand the need to protect your people and seeing the horrors of what all this, like, Eclipse innovations, corruption stuff can do. I mean, we were on what was supposed to be kind of a vacation when all of this popped off, and we saw basically everyone at the resort fall victim to this and lose their minds. And it's the real deal. It's a real threat. So we probably have similar reactions to what the corruptions can do. However, as far as how you believed you needed to go about protecting your people, from what I understand, you got brainwashed into thinking that my friend Ziva was going to save your people. I don't see how she could. I mean, she's just one lady. And you have to understand a little bit, as a protector, why that might rub me the wrong way. I mean, you seem like an alright fella. Strong, a protector like me, but as far as I can tell, you two got played, you got hoodwinked. You let yourselves be manipulated into this ridiculous scheme. Now, I understand you're dealing with the fallout of that too, but, I mean, it is what it is.
Yes, it seems we were played, in fact, against my better judgment, but... And he looks over at Tenna, not really like trying to draw attention, but we do things for family that sometimes may go against our better judgment.
And Mike looks over at Kuiper and is like, "No, I don't feel that." I'm kidding. Yeah, I mean, Mike kind of, nods at you. It's not like a forgiveness or anything. He still doesn't like that you guys are going to kidnap Ziva or whatever. But he's put it in very blunt terms, and I think that's just how he handles things. So like,
Yeah. He has context.
I think he can kind of empathize or at least sympathize with that. Like, you guys got played, like you got, sold a bill of goods, and yeah, go ahead.
So, kind of like, you could probably visibly see, as you're saying, you guys got played. Tina's just sort of like, her feathers are ruffling, kind of. And when you sort of finish talking, she says, "Yes, we did get played, as you put it, by Mordrin, but not by him alone. He did not have the power to do this alone. He was a dream prophet, but not... Brother, I told you of the portals, the circle that he stepped into. He became so much more. He was so powerful. There's no way he gained all of that. There has to be something more. The Shadow Queen, she has to be behind all of this somehow. She's the one that made all of our people go insane. That she's caused this corruption amongst our people. She's created this havoc. She has to be behind it. And she would like kind of grab Trelix like on the shoulders and just be like, "We cannot defeat Mordrin the way he is now. If you could have felt it, Raza, there's no way. Even with our new friends." And she just kind of cuts eyes over at Mike.
Cuts him right back, like, I caught that.
We have to cut him off from the source that he has made himself, has had access to. The Shadow Queen. She has to be, like, you can tell she's just looking for something to blame besides herself. Mm-hmm. But she just kind of keeps muttering about the Shadow Queen, like,
and noticeably her choice of deity.
I mean, no, there's not the Shadow Queen. I mean, she. No,
I'm just saying you didn't mention that.
Oh yeah,
Zon-Kathan may have been involved.
And I don't know if y'all saw it, but like when Trelex was talking about making sacrifices for the family and everything, Tina would have been like looking down kind of at her arms and on her chest and all of the exposed flesh, and all the scars. And she just looks lost. Like everything that she's done, all of the damage she's inflicted on herself, on her family, on her brother, her connection with her brother was for nothing. But yeah, she just keeps muttering about the Shadow Queen and it's all her fault. And
I think in that particular moment when she's kind of at a lost or lost in her feels and looking particularly at her arms and all her cuts and everything, like Mike kind of has not an epiphany, but he makes that connection like between you and Ziva, that like he can almost see in you the same struggles that Ziva was going through as her corruptions were increasing, as she was kind of increasingly getting cagey and defensive against the party, just looking out for her, that connection kind of is first made in his mind right then, and I think he probably looks at Tina in a new light, and just stares at her for a second or whatever, and then kind of snaps out of it and says, "Well, why don't you tell us about the Shadow Queen?"
I mean, we would just
we don't know much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, But here's some important things that y'all know that may be relevant to Mike and Kuiper. I think you would mention, of course, the temple, that the temple was worshiping the Shadow Queen, that there was people from the Shadow Queen that was going to try to kill Ziva because the Shadow Queen felt threatened by Ziva. And also they would mention the Strix, which is something that's certainly important to Kuiper, as that's one of your targets from D9,
Right.
a rogue D9 agent who now, Kuiper can make the connection that this rogue D9 agent was pulling people from the material plane in Kuvakara to the shadow plane in the temple. But then that Strix vanished, like at some point had enough and left, and just left everybody there. And so all that kind of gets exchanged. And I feel like we could go deeper in this, and there will be more room for this later, but I do want to kind of maybe move forward, if that's all right with y'all.
Sure.
Okay.
I will say what's important is that you guys have shared a lot of valuable information with each other and are beginning the tenuous start of a working relationship.
So I have one question.
Sure.
As we've made all of this cross communication, we've shared all of our deets, is it obvious to us that our enemy is the same?
Yes,
Okay.
You guys put together that Shadow Queen, Dr. Gugant, same person. She's the person behind the shadow corruption. Like with all that information put together, you realize that she is what's causing this corruption. Now, Mordrin is working on his own. He's kind of a separate enemy. But he is also corrupted by this shadow corruption, and to
Right.
what your weird character was saying is that most of his power is coming from that right now. And that if there is any hope to be able to rescue them, you've got to stop the corruption. And what you learned from the black site is that the only way to stop the corruption is stop it at its source. Now, there's a lot of space in between. How does that save Orin and Ziva? There's a lot of unknown there because but that you at least have a starting point. And I think this goes back to the twins' goal of going to talk to Vela, regrouping, getting some rest, trying to figure out what the next move is. And to that point, you guys arrive at Shadow Kuvakara. And when you get there for Mike and Kuiper, for one, it takes a lot less time than you think it would to get from the mountains to Kuvakara because time is shorter in the shadow plane. Secondly, it's eerie and quiet and illuminated by dim ambient light that does more to deepen the shadows than really illuminate any of the open spaces. The tall buildings throw dark, long shadows as black as the abyss itself, and other strange shadows seem to move between many pools of darkness with no apparent physical object to define their source. Distant whispers of shadow tongue language hang in the air. For the shadow twins, you would know this to be like scouts or whatever of the Enclave, right? As you're getting close, and you could even articulate a couple things in shadow tongue to identify yourselves as friendlies, and when you do, kind of almost emerging from the darkness as shadows themselves, these two Kayals approach you and say, Ziadars, nice to see that you have returned. I hope you'll bring good news.
I'm afraid not. We need to speak to Vela, though.
Yes, she has been waiting for you. I will take you to her now. And so they move you through this neighborhood. There is greenery here, though it's gray and stunted. You see a few generators that have been hooked up to run down buildings that are providing power to a couple different domiciles. They take you in, and I'll actually put you on a new map here, so you can kind of see. I mean, this is kind of roughly the camp. So, you see that they've kind of set up, they walk you through a gate, which is there at the very north end. I can't ping, but if you look, there's like a little, at the T intersection on the left side of the T, there's a gate there that they walk you in. And it looks pretty defended, although you can see signs of scrapping that has gone on here. There's obviously been some fights that have happened at this barrier, but the barrier has remained up. As you walk your way through, you see several Kayals bearing recent wounds, and you get a just general sense that the mood is poor and somber. Okay. And they walk you to what looks to be kind of a central building, and they walk you in a door, and there you actually do see Vela, and I actually have a handout for Vela.
Oh, she's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, so she's dressed in unadorned armor with white hair, in black streaks pulled into a snug bun. With her limbs are long and spindly, and her eyes are yellow pools without irises, and her white skin seems to almost glow with green luminescence.
She's a Kayal.
As she sees, she is definitely a Kayal. The leader of the Kayal turns out to be.
I'm saying you're describing,
Right. And so she sees you, and immediately, like a soft, kind of weary smile crosses her face, and she says, "Tena, relax. It is good to see you.
And you as well.
Who are these companions that you bring with you?"
It is a rather long story.
They are companions of the Herald. Siva is her name, but we do not. She is not here. Can we talk? This is a long story, as my brother says.
Yeah, she says, Barava and Kayal.
Kyle!
Kayal the Kayal. If you would please excuse us, this is a matter of privacy.
And Tina would just lay out everything, just blah. And she would probably be weeping, I mean, hey, guess what? I failed in every aspect of what I hope to do. And, it's cool. It's fine.
It is not cool.
She is, comforting.
Pretty bummed.
Yeah, she's very bummed, but she sees your pain and is trying not to make it worse, and she comforts you a bit and offers you some tea, and she's like, I am afraid that I do not have good news here either. We have continued to be attacked, though it seems as the strength of the Eclipsed has diminished. Perhaps that is something to do with you? Do you have any... she'll be like, it seems as they have crucified many of their army. To what end? I do not understand.
I mean, for the sake of brevity, we would spill the beans about every free. I mean,
All the
like
temple
Trelax has absolutely no
shenanigans.
reason to hide a single detail about what happened to Vela.
She would say, yes, I have resisted calls to leave Kuvakara completely, but a journey to another city would be perilous, and with no guarantee of safety wherever we might go. But if these attacks continue, I fear I might have no choice. But from what you have told me, I think that we will continue to always be in danger as long as this Dr. Gragant, Chateau Queen, continues to live.
We know not enough. And Senna's just like so exhausted. So just to recap, we can't. All right, Emily's having a dumb. Are we trying to find the temple, the former
I mean, you mentioned
Abra
that
temple?
to her, and she has like nothing to offer you. She doesn't know. I mean, one thing to note about Ibra, I mean, it's Ibra the Inscrutable, right? Like, the locations of Ibra's major temples are not well known or easily found. Part of worshiping Ibra is discovering unknowns, you know, and so she's cannot aid you in any. You tell that to her.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely a goal that you have. I mean, obviously you want revenge on Mordrin and you want your friends back, but she looks at you with you know, kind of a sorrowful look in her yellow eyes and says, alas, I do not know anything about this temple.
Yeah.
What I can tell you is that it is unlikely to be on this planet.
Cool. So we need a ship that we would have to get from, what is it, Father Gloom?
Yeah, she says, yes, the Skydock is the only way to get a ship, and it is indeed controlled by the Skydock Kusites, and considering your recent developments, I understand that this might be a difficult thing for you to do. However, my interactions with them have been reasonable, despite their fanaticism.
Okay. So, all right. And perhaps we go to Shadow Skydock. Stupid. I hate to say Shadow in front of everything. Skydock.
Yes, this was a bit of legislation that I was going to bring forward before these unfortunate events. It seems redundant.
If you're just doing that because we're outsiders, like, we get it. Shadow, shadow, shadow.
We do not want you to be confused with the non-shadow counterpoints to this city.
I'm confused by many things, but that's not one of them.
Well, so Tina thinks, I mean, we go to Skydock and try and see if somebody there knows anything about Hebraic temples, try to get a damn ship.
Right.
Because, I mean, we're under the gun too. Like, she's just told us that nothing getting shut down at the temple really did any different. The Enclave is still under attack. We've still got to shut this shit down at the source. I mean, is there any reason that we would dick around in the Enclave, like, any longer?
I mean, a little bit of recovery. You're going to want to at least, like...
but I'm sorry. I meant, like...
Get, like, a meal. And,
Yeah.
and all that. Obviously, you would want to leave as soon as possible. I think that she would insist that you at least stay the night, get some good sleep, and let them feed you properly. She does offer. She does say that they have found some scrap, and have collected a bunch of stuff. And there are, if you need to rearm yourselves and those types of things, she offers all that. And to that point, now I kind of want to pause for a moment and say that you guys are all level 11 now.
Right.
That's right. About damn time.
Basically, gods.
And so I know that we typically like to role play out the level up choices, but I feel like the last 3 episodes have all kind of been that. You know what I mean? And so I just wanted to take a quick moment. If anybody wants to talk about their level up real quick, let's just go around the table. Mike, what did you take at 11? Stayed with Soldier?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm always going to stay with Soldier. For Mike, I took a new feat called Solid Stance, which, I was looking at a few feats, but Solid Stance, I was like, the boxer thing, like, it's just too perfect. Like, I have to take this at some point if I'm playing a boxer soldier. But it's once per combat, when an attack or effect would knock you prone, you can ignore it as a reaction. In addition, the distance any non-magical effect would move you against your will, such as a bull rush, reduce it by 5 feet.
Nice. Okay, so you just are able to kind of post up.
Yeah, well, and avoid getting knocked prone, or in boxing terms, avoid a knockdown. Just not do it.
Right.
Awesome, and that's pretty much what you get, right? Just another feat. And anything else fun at 11? I don't think so. As far as soldiers go,
I believe it was I got an armor upgrade. And
you get a gear boost?
I think so. I was
yes.
not prepared for this. Yes, I think I got a gear boost.
Yeah. So you got Soldier's Onslaught, which means that you can make 3 attacks instead of 2 attacks during a full attack. Although you take a -6 penalty to these attacks instead of a -4. What about you, John? What did Kuiper get?
So, being level 11, I got quick movement, which boosts my speed to a total of 50 feet, as well as my, quick cat. And also, my trick attack has now been boosted over to a +5 d8. And I also went with the feat Versatile Focus. What this basically allows is it boosts my attack bonus to where now my melee and my ranged are both in sync at a +15. So now I don't have to worry about one being higher than the other.
Bet.
Yeah.
Sweet. What about you, Zach? I think for Solarians, you just get to apply your how do you say that? Sidereal influence to
Sidereal, yeah.
To a couple more skills.
And get a feat. As far as Trag's concerned, he's more resolved than ever to not allow himself to be manipulated, to trust in his gut and to resist any kind of mental manipulation. So I took Iron Will, which gives me a +2 bonus to will saves. So, fortifying that a little bit.
And Gloombot.
So Gloombot, because he's cross-class with Envoy, took another level of Soldier. So he's now 10 Soldier, 1 Envoy. And through that got a combat feat, a regular feat, and then just the normal, skill points and stuff. So combat feat took, I don't remember which is which, but one of them was Deadly Aim.
Nice.
Which is something that Fell had, which I liked. It's kind of a sniper shot type. Take a penalty to your attack roll and deal extra damage. The big one, in my opinion, though, especially after having been racked with nightmares, is rebooting nanites.
Nice.
So whenever you fail a saving throw against an effect that causes you to gain the asleep, blinded, confused, cowering, dazed, dazzled, deafened, exhausted, fatigued, frightened, nauseated, panicked, shaken, sickened, staggered, stunned, or unconscious condition.
God.
You can spend 1 resolve point as a reaction to attempt a new saving throw against the same DC.
So
That's-
I'd like to spend a
That's so
resolve
hot.
to
If you
get that
s-
shaken off.
If you succeed, the condition ends, though you still suffer any other effects of the original failed saving throw.
that's fucking dope, man. I just
That's
imagine
it's
that.
insane.
Go ahead.
But it has to be done like in the moment. So like
Yeah, reaction.
Yeah.
thing happens with a save on it. If it
Oh,
just
I
makes
see.
you shaken, you're shaken. Whatever.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
you're still, you can't use it to try to get, because you're still shaking for another 2 days, right? Because
Right.
of what Mordrin did.
know-
All right. What's up?
I was just going to say that's interesting because considering that he's an SRO, it just seems like very on brand to like build a subroutine to prevent that from happening again, you know? And so, yeah, just in my mind, that's how it works. It's like really cool, you know?
That's great.
Funny you say that. I'm pretty sure being a construct is requirement for this specific thing.
It's like a construct.
Yeah,
nice.
a
That's
net.
nice.
Okay.
Pretty sure it is.
Makes sense.
Okay, Emily, Tina got a major overhaul.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So, suffice it to say, Tina has had to come to terms with a lot of big picture issues, recent developments with her deity, and whether or not she was duped by said deity. Regardless of the deity of Zon-Kuthon, the tenets and everything of following him has kind of wrecked her whole life. So she, on the, a couple days over, she's been rethinking she's been, thinking about life choices. And so this is how I'm going to RP this, essentially, Adam.
Okay.
When we were in the Dream Gate, when Tina was kind of trying to filter through all the different realities to find Ziva, she saw so many different things, so many different possibilities. She was overwhelmed. And one of those possibilities, she saw herself as more of a healer. So I've respect my archetype
Because I'm the nicest GM in the whole world.
because Adam's gracious and kind GM.
And humble.
And humble, yes.
Can't forget that.
I've respect to medic,
Benevolent, too.
benevolent. So
Smug asshole too.
that also.
Those are all accurate.
But so I have respect my archetype to medic. So at second level, there's a lot of stuff. But whenever you use
Yeah, you
equipment,
Yeah.
it's basically
So it's given you some ability to do some healing.
correct. And
To
the other thing that non-archetype based that I took was I got another paradigm shift.
oh, okay.
And with that, I took Eldritch Secret, which is essentially you choose from the Mystic or Technomancer spell list. So I chose Mystic Cure.
Nice. There you go.
And one of her main reasonings for that is, she saw her brother go down and couldn't do anything, couldn't do anything instantaneously. And with that same thing in mind, I took another 4th level spell, but I'm going to keep that close to the vest for now.
All right. That seems to be a very, very useful shift in character for this party. And for you, and I like the RP of it, and I really don't care if anybody out there listening is like, well, you can't really do that though, because you can only dream back to... Stop. Just stop. Just stop. I want her to have fun, and this is necessary, and it's also a good story. So she probably knows how to heal because of somebody who follows Zon-Kuthon for so long.
Yeah, I mean, you got to learn to fix
heal,
what you
gotta
break.
heal those wounds. So,
Yeah.
because, it's all about the suffering. Anyways, very good. I like it. I like it. And I will say that Vela will also tell you guys that she will work on, particularly to you, Trelax. She kind of, as you guys are dispersing out, she says, Trelax, Would you stay behind for one moment?
Yes.
I would like to speak to you.
Yes, of course, Vela. What is it?
I know that these last few months have been a series of you going to places that you do not want to go.
Yes.
And following missives that you do not feel are the correct path. I must ask you yet again to guide these people through the Shadow Plane and to take out this Shadow Queen. For this and for everything that you have done, I will personally make you a new set of armor.
That would
It will take me a day or so to make, but consider it my boon and gratitude for what you have done.
Thank you, Vela. I will deliver salvation to our people. We will free them of the stranglehold that Eclipse Innovations and the Shadow Queen has upon them. This I promise.
Damn, I wish I had that stranglehold drop.
Excellent.
Oh, wait, did somebody say crafted armor?
So you guys kind of move out to, get to, she shows you a space where you guys can sleep. And I'll go ahead and say that you guys can get a full night's rest. I mean, you've gotten 2 of them already
Okay.
on the boat. But you should be at full health, full resolve, full stamina, all that kind of stuff, full spell slots.
Okay.
And just as you are all starting to wake up, a bellow cuts through the stillness of the dim city. Weaklings! An unknown voice shouts. Time for a lesson in pain! The Enclave erupts in chaos and sounds of distress as a large figure comes into view between the buildings. A massive, spiked chain slams into a fleeing Kayal, knocking her to the ground and tearing strips of flesh from her back. The intruder, dressed in slate gray armor, edged with blood-red accents, strides into the park, swinging the chain at anyone in reach as you see a shadow giant come into this enclave. And we're going to fight this shadow giant next week, so we'll see you.
Of course. That's how it goes.
Man, this seems like a big problem.
Welcome to book 1 of Shadow Giant Slayer.
Shadow Giant Slayer.
Love it. And stop.